Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. Now, we saw the S24 Ultra in January, and we're likely to have the S25 Ultra in January 2025, but we've already started seeing leaks. Now, the main kind of renders have, information has come from Ice Universe, who is a serial leaker, and he's generally pretty accurate. And, there's some renders with the Tech Avenue, I'm not sure how you actually pronounce it, alongside Ice Universe. And the renders there, what we see is a much more boxier design. So with the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, yes, it's a boxy design, and Samsung got rid of the curved display this year, but the sides are still a little bit kind of rounded, but it looks like they're going to be going full on flat. And that's a trend that we're seeing these days. I mean, from what I'm seeing, it does look pretty good. It looks like we've got smaller bezels as well. And according to Ice Universe, the S25 Ultra will be the thinnest and lightest of all Ultra flagship phones to be released. And that includes the iPhone 16 Pro Max as well as the Pixel 9 Pro XL. So a bit more of a compact design. It will still have the same size battery though, 5,000 milliamps. But I mean, if it's thinner and lighter and it still has the same battery, that's pretty good. Same charging as well is what Ice Universe is saying, 45 watts. So that's something I know a lot of people will probably be, some people will be a little bit annoyed about. I think 45 watts is just about okay. I think it's it does the job. But yeah, I mean, looking like it's going to be quite a nice and exciting upgrade that is going to be coming, I mean, just in a few months' time.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like it, but also, again, there's a side of me that goes like, it looks the same. Bear with me here. Again, this is part of that operations where you can fine tune around the device. But I do like that because at least it's giving a different look. We don't know how the camera hump will look like at the back, how it's going to change, what kind of cameras we're getting in that regard. I do like the fact that it's thinner. One thing that I really appreciate with the Pixel is the build quality of the Pixel. It feels really solid, and compared to the Galaxy, there's nothing wrong with the Galaxy, just when you hold it next to each other, it feels a little bit different. Granted, it's going to be lighter, and I really want to see, what I would love to see is something new from the S Pen. I know it's hard, just because to justify the use of the S Pen, because a lot of people I'm hearing from, at least a lot of my audiences, I like the S Pen, but I don't really use it as much. That there are certain things I just don't use on there as much.
Okay, so I'll tell you when I started using the S Pen a lot on my Fold, right, we're using sketch to image, right? Because that was just something that, so I would say my average usage on the S Pen on my S24 Ultra is maybe once a week, yeah, just roughly. It's not accurate specific, but sometimes I'll use it twice in 1 week, sometimes I won't use it at all, right? That's kind of my usage, right? But on my Fold, when I was using sketch to image, because it was just something that's quite fun and cool to use, I was using it pretty much every other day, right? Just popping out the S Pen, just doodling, and that's something that I did like. So I think if they have more sort of usable features like this on the S25 Ultra, then I think that will kind of justify the use of it a little bit more.
I mean, yeah, that I agree. I think that makes the most amount of sense. But honestly, the designs are very welcome, and we just have to wait and see. But I think next year might be a design renaissance for Samsung, just because, not because of what we were expecting or waiting, but I think just because the CEO is like, guys, you need to step it up.
Yeah, but I mean, there's also the challenge there, right? Because you've got a smartphone, which is essentially a block, right, of metal and glass, right?
Yeah.
And then how much can you kind of innovate in that area? How different can you make it look, right? I personally love the S21 Ultra design. That was my favorite one from Samsung in recent times. And then they kind of went for this more sort of simplified, the 3 triple ring design and stuff, which is nice, don't get me wrong, but we've had it for the S22, the S23, S24. And it's just I did prefer the S21 Ultra. It just looked a bit more unique, something a bit more different.